You asked for it, you got it. You can now join Patreon at the brand new $9 UG tier and gain instant access to the next 2 Everything Great About One Piece videos. You'll also get your name written under every single video in the description, plus loads more. Check it out using the link at the top of the description and enjoy 2 weeks early access to the series today.
これがポネグリフって代物か。ああ、爆破しようが何しようが傷一つつかねえらしい。
It's a small piece of lore, but a tasty one all the same. No matter what you do, you can't really damage these stones.
世界文化への貢献人だ。名前はよく知っている。君ほどの男が道を踏み外すとは。
Speaking of lore-related things, it's cool to know that he was a super important guy in his time, and also to hear a member of the party who rules the world's voice too.
お前たちに悪意がなくともそれを利用しようとする者が現れれば同じこと。
What's decent as well is how they don't come off as the clear bad guys. He makes at least a semi-good point here. You can't really deny that.
いや本に書き残してもそのメッセージは根絶やしにされると考えたからではないのか。
Bit long to show, but it's also good though. He's mentioning things I hadn't even considered. Why they left the stones, why they left them on stones, as he says, and not books or whatever. Oh, I'm pretty sure that was a major reveal. The enemies of whoever created the stones are likely those who went on to create the world government. This is huge!
剣の上に浮かび上がったのはある巨大な王国の姿。
Oda, not content with the already insane lore drops, goes on to drop perhaps the second best piece of lore yet, behind the last win, that the tablets led them to a country or city. Wow! Really beautifully done looking map of the place too. Also take another here because, once again, no huge recap that eats up a quarter of the episode. Always like that because it means I can dish out far more wins. Super impactful moment right there. Also in terms of how it was carried out in a similar way and tone to when Nami lost her mother. Good at least to see that there appears to be some sort of lament there. Perhaps angry at the sheer loss of life or a loss of a brilliant mind or minds, rather than being plain evil. The man had such a small role in the grand scheme of things, but how he said this line, so worried for her life near on, brought a damn tear to my eye. Feels to me like moments such as this also serve to build up who she is today under the surface. I don't want to be alone. The shame is that we, the viewer, know it's all in vain. Not when the entire island is about to be blown to pieces, makes it all the more saddening for me. Nice art style change there though. Totally pushed me over the edge, that one. My word, that was sad. Oh, it's so sad. Take one more. That makes it so much worse knowing how badly she didn't want her mother to leave back then. Absolutely heartbreaking to see how she was treated after her mother left by other kids and of course the horrible aunt. And damn man, love Robin even more now. The sheer pain that would cause a loving parent to say that to their child, it's like ripping my heart out. My god, what is Oda trying to do to me here? This is like torture, man. Excellently done by the talented young voice actress at the time as well. As that beautiful music plays, she reveals she can read the stones, grabbing the attention of the CP crew as the ships begin to fire on the island. It's so good it has to score max wins. Really, Really good damage effect animation there. Glad this was shown. I did figure you'd have to be really dumb to call it when you're literally right there as well, which is why Robin freaked out recently when he said about pressing it. Oh, holding her hand like a family, as in the recent memory of that other passing family that clearly imprinted upon her at the time. Robin! Here I go again, man! How she stops her from finishing saying sorry by instead telling her, I'm proud of you. You must have worked so hard to be able to do that. Not letting her feel at fault for anything. Amazing guy going to such lengths to try and find her. This sad but beautiful sight as she puts a huge part of history in the hands of her daughter. That young girl did some outstanding voice acting back in the day. Really brought the emotions to the character. Oh my goodness, what an amazing plot twist! Seeing what kind of man he was in the Navy, showing us how he was very non-violent and clearly not like the top brass of today, sadly. Showing the ship as being so huge, especially since he's on it. Insanely brave dude who stood up to them as well. Trust Oda to introduce someone and then expand so much upon them to a point where I've got love in my heart for them now. Naturally, it felt so good to see this so soon after writing the last win, knowing he broke her out and got her to safety. I swear, as a whole, this episode has ruined me the most. There's been horrifically sad moments in other episodes, but not this many, and seeing him protect her whilst taking one to the face. Man. He was such a brave, powerful, respectable warrior, being such a badass here no less than giving 2 max wins in his honour. What a guy. Originally, I put that end part with the previous double win scene, but hell no, that was far too good of an ending, far too badass looking to not get its own win. It's a simple piece of animation, but it's definitely a good one, and it's surprisingly smooth too. Also, whilst I'm here, they've yet again piled in the content. The previous couple vids saw 6 to 7 minute long recaps with OPs, which is why they're a touch on the shorter side, so that's cool. I know it's only logical given that he's a giant, but I'm still glad to see that it's shown how strong they are. I feel like some may have made them almost as easy to take out as normal humans. Seriously good job done on the damage animation. There's a good dose of realism plus sad character building there. Naturally it only adds to her feeling terribly alone, but also in realism, it's one side wanting to help, the other to leave her. I am absolutely going to hate this happening to him, but at the same time, it's really hype-inducing. Not to mention sick to see him use his ability again. Let's go. It's silly, but he's such a favourite voice actor of mine. I've got to give him a quick win. Also good is how he speaks here. We've all got our own sense of justice. I won't criticise yours. Really glad I wrote the last win when we get to see his reaction to this.
This time comes.
Just as in the prior win, you best believe it's hard to watch, but also, what an attacking ability he has! This strong statement from him, very apt for her current lot in life, even if it hasn't fully hit her yet. What a man he was! Crushes me that he said when you're having a hard time in life, just laugh, just like this. He can 100% have one more in his honour. A beautiful character, really. Full of life, justice, a clear sense of right and wrong, and an all-round good man. Have one for their final moments too. It was sad enough hearing her mother's last thoughts, but the old man crying and lamenting the foolishness of humans also hurt to see. Interesting that he let her go back then. At least he had his own sense of decency at the time. A line even he wasn't willing to cross. Maybe inspired at the end by Saul, who knows. Loved that addition because a thought in the back of my mind was sending a child out to sea is a death sentence, but not with him having done that. What a legend Oda is to think that up! God, that is so sad, man. Oh, well played. Yeah, only very natural to be like that. Showing us the area after the end of the Buster Call. That is incredible, the amount of knowledge that was held inside. Half the win is knowing he stopped the boat from being able to give chase to little Robin, and the other half is him naturally sweating over it, likely a bit nervous to be found out. A nice way of showing how much her early time on the run was such a painful experience for her, as in a way this helps us understand her actions in the present about giving up as well. Touch too long to show, but what a horrible betrayal. Again though, it adds to her personality from prior to her joining the crew, the whole I'm out for myself mentality she had for a bit. Such a stupidly clever way of telling us without saying anything that she's very sad in this moment. Doing a good job of adding yet another age and animation to a young Robin. Makes 4 in total. It made me smile so hard to hear her finally talk like normal to them. No facade any longer, not pretending, just straight up telling them the truth. That prior incident had a huge impact on her actions these few dozen episodes as well. That feeling of true danger, of being caught up to and dragging them into it all the time. Damn, that didn't literally even cross my mind because of how much I know, love and trust the crew, but damn, that's her fear. Having had it happen so many times, she didn't want that pain. Just a very quick lore win explaining who comprises the group and from where. What a cool, not to mention badass reaction to everything he's heard, making a symbolic moment out of it, plus fake Usopp going along with it, no worries, was awesome too. Beautiful, entirely hand-done effects on it from back in the day too. Incredible. So ready and willing for the fight. Blew me away, this did. Long line of tear-jerking moments. Why not add another one to it like it's no big deal? Tying together the impactful statements from Saul all those years ago with having met them, confirmed that they're the people he was talking about as their light blasts away the darkness. Oh, so good. Got to me the worst out of any of it so far. That voice acting from her as well. Godly. They can take max wins for it. Seeing all of their collective reactions to hearing her words there. A nice smile shown from under Usopp's mask too. Frankie totally wearing his emotions on his sleeve here and kinda reacting in a way similar to me. Such a cool start to the episode! Oh my goodness, I'm so happy right now that they fought hard to achieve their missions, and we got to see bits and bobs of it over the episodes. Fake Usopp's reason for shaking is nicely done here. I'm still very much at a point of angrily giving her wins for existing. I'm so angry about it. So good to see these two still fighting for the crew, not allowing this judge to destroy the drawbridge. You really couldn't ask for better allies to have your back in this arc. You have got to be kidding me! Correct me if I'm wrong, but is this not also another new song? I love the music they're updating the anime with, bit by bit, as it progresses, I gotta say. Things just got super exciting all of a sudden, plus a slight rotating shot. I tell you, Oda really nailed this arc so far. Smashed it when it come to constant hype building. His words are a little long to show, but essentially take one for revealing properly why Tom kept them and then Iceberg. It was in case a moron like him ever built the weapon, they could build another. What a thing of beauty, thinking of what Tom would do. Knowing Robin and her friends now and trusting in them, he flicks his wrist and spits out the flame. Good to see them for a change, completely taken aback by events which have happened. Yes, exactly what I said a few minutes ago. This made me smile so wide. Wonderful to see him be able to witness his own friends who fought their way to him as well as Robin's. My smile only getting wider. One of the most unexpected moments in all of One Piece. I guess he was really in the zone. Oh yeah, totally forgot about them only doing half the job so far. My bad, Luffy. Take another win as a sorry. Firstly, the realism that Luffy isn't exactly friends with Frankie at this point given their last encounter, and of course what happened to Usopp originally. But also that Frankie is officially joining their side for this coming series of battles, even more hype-inducing. I can't believe that much earlier I thought Oda included her and the girl for giggles essentially, but she has proven to be such a great ally herself thus far, including the girl too. Very much hoping her actions ended up knocking him out of the fight, or them rather, you know what I mean. Luffy grabbing them all knowing a second beforehand what he's planning, but still going along with it. those rare scenes where the anime can obviously do it so much better than a manga ever could. I mean, that's a thing of true beauty as a scene. I'm giving that its own win, knocking into him like that, but I also adore the notion that he helped build it, which could easily be forgotten about in all the recent greatness. 2 wins to round out the episode, of course the ending here with what was shockingly smooth animation, but also it seems they went without an ED for once to give it to us, which I guess also makes up for the start being a 6 minutes or so long recap. That entrance was no joke animation wise. Someone or some people would have worked really hard on that. Damn good job. Okay, one of the most unexpected moments in One Piece right there. Before anything else even happens, I'm stating now for the record, this is my final arc yet, overtaking Water 7 just barely, and of course there's so much left to go still. Their static animation is shown for such a short period of time, but looks so insanely detailed all the same. Here we go, the second boss battle we've got to face. There's so many members of CP9 as well. Gonna be tough. Let's go. Just figured I'd give one for the weird but oddly cute way of speaking there. See what I'm saying about the static artwork? See what I'm saying about the static art? See what I'm saying about the static art? Static artwork. Static artwork. Static artwork. See what I'm saying about the static art? See what I'm saying about the... See what I'm saying about the static... It doesn't sound right. Static artwork. See what I'm saying about the static artwork? See what I'm saying about the static art... See what I'm saying about the See what I'm saying about the static arc... Oh my god! See what I'm saying about the static arc... See what I'm saying? Oh god! See what I'm saying about the static... See what I'm saying about the static arc... What? Static! See what I'm saying about the static artwork seen here on the train? It's such a high quality, but you only see it a couple of times and only for a few seconds. Thank God for that. Frankie already becoming a serious member of the crew in my eyes when he's doing funny stuff like this in the background, just settling into his own niche or something. So strange that these moments never fail to make me feel funny in my face. Clever of Oda to make it so that they have to fight each member of CP9 to get their keys to ensure they get the one key which will fit the handcuffs on Robin's lovely wrists. Very briefly not walking on the spot. Feels like a great add-on to an earlier win where I mentioned the old drunk lady having a bigger part than you might think, and here I'm so pleased to see that she's being used again as well. Them having what almost seems like a safe room of sorts. Man, oh man, that skirt is hanging on for dear life. I can see Oda is already setting up the fights, as Frankie just ran into Chapapa prior to this scene. This is probably the episodes I've looked forward to the most. Some big fights! So stupid. Go on then. I missed his voice actor when he was gone for those episodes. Now this is going to be interesting. I'm probably more hyped for this fight than any of the others because how will he fight here? Was going to stick that with the last win, but no, he looks so ugly like that. Could Zoro be any more awesome if he tried? Seriously though, how is Sanji even going to fight this battle? Always makes me smile when an enemy praised their strength. It so rarely happens as well. But to hear him describe Zoro like this was sick. Zoro now being able to deflect this attack, whereas in the mansion he merely dodged it along with everyone else. Already far more thrilling than their first battle because Zoro is able to fight fully now and has gotten stronger, so they're able to go toe to toe, which I like a lot. Just quickly, loved how Zoro knew in advance where the attack was going to come from and set up the block and counter. He slightly caught him, let's freaking go! The easily seen power increase of Zoro, now deflecting dozens upon dozens of kicks. Also, how we're showing it making a difference to the building. You can't keep having attacks like that wreck the inside and it makes no difference to the outside at all. Okay, so they don't show it here, but fun fact, when I started this series over a year ago, I skipped into a few episodes to ensure they worked. I saw him in his final form and thought to myself, again, that's a bit weird and cartoonish, but I'm proud to say 1 year later, knowing what One Piece is all about, having covered hundreds of episodes, I now find it awesome. Just awesome. Nice bit of animation. I love how his mind works. Yup. Same as the last win. Never thought we'd get a first nose person view? Or is this the second time? So good. So good to show the rooster's face, changing into a state of shock. Easily one of the funniest moments in ages, aside from Zoro going the wrong way the other episode. That was godly, but this is a very close second as a whole, I must admit. I hate to see Usopp get hit like that, but I have to win all the same. The fact that he, like his fellow members, doesn't do much talking whatsoever and just attacks. Very rare for anime. Don't tell me, is that another new song? This one sounds really good for upcoming combat as well. Or am I just going nuts and never noticed them? The shock reveal that I'm guessing with Longnose, not Usopp, and the attractive lady having now eaten devil fruits, that likely the entire crew can now change into powerful forms. So 2 wins here. Firstly, this is the form he was in fighting Zoro when I was checking everything was working and I got a glimpse. But also, nice follow-up to the win where I said you can't keep causing such damage and nothing happens. So not only did they blow a hole out the side, but the entire floor gave way. At least he's totally honest here. Wait for him to take them both out. Really glad to find so much humour after the truly sad episodes of Robin's past lately. Zoro is absolutely one of my favourite characters when he's so angry, and rightfully so, like here. You keep causing logical damage to the building as a result of the ongoing battles, and I'll keep gifting you a win. Really impressed how they keep showing us the damage, not just from the inside, but then the outside. From everywhere, really. Oh, you've got to be messing about. Literally the worst case scenario, but I'll be damned if it isn't going to turn into a JoJo situation now and they'll score a win. Normally, wouldn't get one, but him making that noise while sticking his tongue out was amazing. That transformation looking remarkably smooth, to be honest. To be fair to the lads, even though they had their own reasoning, it was still oddly nice of them to offer to undo the handcuffs if they had the right key on them. Massive, huge, gigantic JoJo situation. How the hell are they going to get out of this one? Well, colour me shocked and call me Charlie for no reason whatsoever. I didn't think they'd add in a third Straw Hat member here. Also, colour me impressed. And a little hungry. Genuinely shocked me because you never see Zoro like this. It was so weird. The place gets more and more insane as the episodes continue, but again, makes sense to create such an important base here with so many natural defences. Bless his eternal heart for trying this method, and she's not even there. She isn't, right? They're in that room? Anyway, let's continue. That place is literally full of surprises, and also amending an earlier win, it's obviously not a safe room where Robin was taken, but instead a tunnel to where Luffy is trying to get to. For a second I totally forgot he can't swim! Ah, it's been a long while since we were gifted one of these moments. So cute! That's got to be yet another new and unique Devil Fruit ability, Oda, hasn't it? Somehow becoming 10% hotter when she escapes his grasp. Frankie is so sick, and I'm really pleased to see that Oda didn't forget how powerful Frankie was shown to be many episodes ago when he punched the fake bar guy from CP9 before being captured. Brilliant how he doesn't forgive and forget this very hard moment he went through not 12 hours ago at this point. In spite of her being a woman, he can see beyond that, which is great. Well, maybe I was too harsh just now. Just kidding. But seriously, Sanji is in serious trouble, goodness me. Beauty aside, beautiful animation and sound effects. That shocked me for a moment. I'll be real, easily one of the coolest Sanji moments in all of the episodes so far. The cool and calm way he said it was the icing on the cake for me. I know he isn't attacking back exactly right now, but to see him defending himself at least is worth one. Oh, that was so good, but he didn't follow through though. To be clear, he could have likely beaten her by now, but he's not bloody following through. In a way, this is another JoJo situation if he won't stop, not attacking her properly.
Can you?
Now this totally gets one for CP9 members staying true to everything I've winned prior to now, using anything they can to silently get the victory, including taking advantage of him here. Last minute save by Chopper! God, she's awesome! She might be far from the most powerful person on the crew, but she has her ways. Oda is crazy good at mixing and matching during his story. You'd think he'd have 1 versus 1. It's what most would do, but instead, they're all running into each other everywhere. Okay, I must say, when he fell, I was like, what the hell is up with that animation? Now it makes perfect sense. Sorry, Toei, for doubting you.
そんな騎士道を持ってるためにあんたの命まで取られちゃうって言ってんの
And one of the many things she is great at is using her logic to convince or motivate people, much like she's doing here for him.
たとえ死んでも俺は女は蹴らん
Realistic that it doesn't immediately work on him though. The cutest little reaction to that statement.
バカねバカ
Her doing this too.
今惚れ直したって？
そうは言ってね
So good. Darth Weirdo, Fiji, Maldiao, Mushwin, Nick Wyndham, The Elementator Wars, Christopher Willis, Emmanuel Gonzalez, Fancy Turtle, Kepan, Minimasher, Marquez, Nozomi, Orkeeper, Autobotanisi, Steelers, The Epic Commander, Bird Without a Word, Brendan Greer, Brian Bayard, Cameron, Christopher Terrasa, Commander Cyrus, David Freriks, Devicool, Doggos for Life, Dragonstorm 35, Guru, James DeFoyer, Yor Edvinson, Kevin Alston, Cumfroig, Miura Night Sky, Mr.Mansu, Nightly Winter, Peter Milligan, Robert Jackson, Ruby Rose, Sataki Ari, Zions 44, Sean, Starkip, Tiger Lily Warrior, Alexander Schwartz, Ali 50, Amadillo, Anador, Brainless Ben, Cecilia, Cedric, Cloud Garden, Dante Sol, Dante's Face, Doug Lord Bloody Soul, Donald Newborn, Dragon Defender, Dragon Boy 1, Drake's Daughter, Iso, Francie, FuriousMoe, Garrett Vermeesh, Henrik Jessen, Host Losritter, Israel Caldera, Joe Crims, Jason Davies, John, Jaffa 6263, Kai Wolfspring, Kelnock, Kevin Nelter, Kevin 102, Knuckle Duster, Kody Niemeier, Kai 158, Carl Jones, Laxor, Laxus, Liam Gagati, Lifty, Lionel Schultz, Luis Minito, Marvin, Mason Stelfer, Matthew Blansett, Michael Lewis, Mihran Ardjian, Modavirum, Mr. Firecool, Nathaniel Gigremosa, Natsu Dragneel, Nick Monaco, Nick Pell, Nuvagan 1928, Oliver Smiley Reacts, OliveWharf, Onyx Calif, Oscar I. Lopez, Owen Halloran, Porgy, That's a Fish, Q-Flash, Chris Harris, Rimuru, Rodies, Roll Tide Wes, Ryan DeViri, Sadaholics, Sakomi Arorim, Sarcastic Truth, Shadow Cleanser, Snowy, Stan, Storm 970, TRS, The Danish Muggle, Thrasher 340, Tomo Sandy, Vernon Hogan, Wacky Normal, Will Sass, Willyman.